What's happening? Welcome to another episode of Badass Builds. Today we're taking a look at this 2007 Nissan Xterra. Brandon, take us through this thing, man.
Well, we got a 2007 Nissan Xterra. I got it stock and it is far from it now. We got a Calamity 6-inch drop bracket lift, which if anybody knows the company is a little shady, but this was before they went to that. It's been 3 times handed down. It is a junkyard build of sort. Top of that, it's got full Nissan Titan parts in the front end and the rear Nissan Titan axle, 410 gears front and rear. The only thing missing is the Titan V8 and transmission.
You gonna put that in there or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The transmission's slipping a little bit right now from too much abuse.
Yeah.
And so that's the next thing coming.
Now I've wheeled with you a time or two and out in Hurricane Creek, and and I've seen you, of course, all over the place. You wheel this thing. You put it in some stuff. Yeah,
it goes wherever you point it, and if you don't make it the first time, just hit it with more gas.
Just hit that right boot a little bit. Any lockers or anything?
The front is lockerless. I think they make an ARB air locker for that differential. The rear has a Detroit, so it's kind of like your limited slip.
Okay.
So whenever it slips, it locks and you're good to go. No electronics or air going to that one.
Now, how many miles do you have on it?
Speed sensor went out before I went on the trip to Colorado. So we're guesstimating about 180 right now.
180,000.
Original transmission, original engine.
And you bought it with how many miles?
110.
Okay, so you put 70,000 pretty hard miles on
really
this
hard
thing.
miles on it. It was lifted within 2 days from me buying it. It had a little 2-inch OME lift, and like when I met you.
Right.
And then I put the body lift on it, but it had 33s and a 2-inch lift within a week.
And then now we're rocking what size tires?
37s.
One of the things I really like about the Xterra, and particularly yours, is they don't really make a whole lot. Like, you got a whole page of Toyota 4Runner parts and Jeep parts, but for Xterras, not really.
Real annoying. Jeeps too.
Yeah.
Jeeps, like my buddy's Jeep, we could find stuff left and right.
Yep.
4-wheel parts in Denver had stuff.
Anything you need.
Everything he needed. Me, I couldn't have got anything.
Yeah. So you really have to piece this thing together, and you gotta.
Big reason why it was a junkyard build.
I gotcha. Yeah. So and you said there's Titan front end parts. Take me through what's Titan up here on the front.
LCA, UCA, the spindles are Titan. These are Titan links. Custom rad flow 2.5 coilovers. The differential. Your CV axles here. The ones for the Frontier and Xterra, the R180, they have an axle shaft that goes in. The M205 has a bolted CV, so you can remove those a lot easier on the trail when they break.
Okay. So that's the common failure point in IFS. You did a little high clearance mod on your bumper here with some Dremel tools.
I believe that was a Sawzall late night at work.
And we talked earlier, you do have a winch just in case shit gets sticky. And there's really only two types of winches, right? There's a Warren and then there's the Badlands. Excuse me, the Apex, I guess.
Now the Badlands Apex.
That's a good winch. I've heard a lot of good stuff about that winch.
I hadn't had an issue yet, but I've only used it once to make sure it held to the truck.
The reason you did that is because, take me through the bracketry you got going on right here.
So we got the crash bar right here, and again, we had a 2-week trip notice from here in South Carolina through Colorado, New Mexico, and back, off-roading, camping as much as we can. And we needed to make sure we had a winch, and again, nobody makes parts for Nissans. So the Haida winch, 450 bucks and a month's out. Winch bumper was $1,200 or $1,400 and a month out.
Yeah.
So crash bar reinforced with some welds.
Good to go.
We put the Harbor Freight Universal Winch plate on it and the Harbor Freight Universal Winch.
Yeah.
And we're good to go.
How much does that whole setup cost? I mean, I know the winch is probably $400 or $500 bucks, right?
420 without a coupon, and the winch plate was 50 bucks. and
you just went up the street and had it welded, right? Or did you weld it?
I had a buddy of mine.
Okay.
My buddy that went, Josh, and then a friend of ours, Ryan, his roommate, welded it for us.
And then you said upper control arms here. Those are for a Titan, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that, yeah. RC rough country.
So it's a rough country upper control arm, but it's for a Titan.
Yeah.
Steel wheels, which I'm a firm believer all cars look cooler with steel wheels.
And they're just cheaper all around to get beat up on.
Yeah, and then you got, obviously you got sliders on there.
Oh, and the famous 2-inch body lift that goes unnoticed.
2-inch body lift.
Yeah, so we can just reach in here and make sure our fuel pump is working.
Well, hey, it's easier to maintain, right?
That's right. This plate right here stretched the axle back. It's got 3 notches in it. I think we shifted it like 2 inches.
So it's sitting further back?
It should be here. That's where the axle should be.
Okay.
But we shifted it back 2 inches for the tires.
Did you add those shackles and all?
No, those are stock shackles, stock leaves. Spring over axle swap, so the Frontiers and the Xterras have spring under axles, but the Titan has spring over, which gives it like 4 inches of lift in the back off the
without changing anything.
Without anything.
And it rides good still.
No blocks, no extra shackles. It's real floaty.
Yeah. Well, I imagine so, with no sway bars, especially. High clearance rear bumper here, I see.
Corner is taken off.
Yeah. Did you, now, that rear bumper, you made that, or?
No, I bought that from Hefty Fab.
Okay.
I think they're known in Toyota world as well.
Yep, makes good stuff.
They make great stuff. I've had no issues with it.
Of course, you have the tire carrier on the back there. Full size spare, obviously.
Full size spare, a bunch of gas, and
when he opened this thing, the whole deal leaned over there.
And we're about to put a rack on top for the tire, and I think I'm gonna run a 20-pound.
20 pound
of propane.
I don't know, man. You might want to consider a 5 pound. 5 pound lasts.
I don't know.
It lasts plenty long enough.
That's what I don't know yet. I'm going through, if we're going camping cold and the wife wants it warm.
Buddy heater, yeah, I forgot.
Buddy heater will take 1.5 pounds, and I can leave it on pilot with the bigger one, so that's nice. It doesn't have to go all out.
Okay.
And that, again, I'll vent the windows halfway and it's fine.
So you're thinking 20 pounds is going to be the ticket for the cold weather?
Well, if I want to take like a month-long trip, which I'm planning for this year,
okay,
I think like a 20-pound tank would be nice. That's real remote for everybody, and we can just fill up 1-pound tanks as we go.
Now you still have a car seat in the back seat here, so you don't have a full build out on the back, but it is pretty built out.
We have a full kitchen. Cooler typically goes here. I have a 50-liter cooler. We're going to go with a fridge, freezer. Don't know which one yet.
Probably Iceco.
Probably Iceco. I don't know. They just came out with one that's a 4 size.
Oh yeah, it stacks up and all that.
I don't know anything about the compressor on that one.
I'd stick with the 45 and the 65.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. But then we have full kitchen over here. We have our burner,
which I really like the burner setup here.
Place to work, drops in.
Okay, so it just drops in.
And takes out.
And is that like just a Coleman 1 burner, single burner deal? Okay. And then you got the carabiner to pull it all together there.
Yes, sir. And another little work table here. I'm actually about to redesign this portion to have a little bit extra space down here, because we have about a couple inches.
Man, you got room right there for a table. You can put a little table in there.
And this part pops out.
Oh.
A little slide, so I've got another 4 inches down there that I gotta figure out how to use.
Yeah, okay, you got tons of storage. That's one thing I've always liked about the Xterra, is they did seem to have like cubby holes and stuff like that. Like
random.
You got that little cubby hole up there. You don't have your first aid kit still, but it's all cool.
That's in the pantry now.
Okay. You got a chainsaw back there with some 18-volt batteries.
Yes.
You got some hot dog buns and some popcorns and some, man, you're
set up.
You got it set up.
Got the full big old house battery with the inverter.
Oh, okay, sweet. So you got onboard power. It's kind of it's a second battery.
Again, we got the Harbor Freight special. There is no solar charging.
Okay.
There is no good isolator.
Okay.
But we have the cutoff key.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, when people ask me, they're like, hey, what type of second battery should I go with, or this, that, and the other? I tell them all the time, I'm like, look, just do your own, man.
Oh, the Walmart
just build your
battery.
Yeah.
Set up with a $7 isolating key, if you will. And you just have to remember to turn it on and off.
Yeah, that same setup would run you $800 to $900 if you were to try to buy
100%.
one of those electric generators. So that's pretty cool.
Colwyn?
Kind of like Rotopacks, but different.
Colpin.
How much gas is that?
I want to say it's 4 gallons.
4 gallons.
Yeah, 4 gallons right there.
Okay.
I got it from Sportsman's Warehouse, carries them.
Okay.
Rare to find, but they have them on their website. And our one here in Columbia had one. The step stool is so I can get around because it is too big. It should have been on 35s, and I'm excessive apparently.
Yeah. Now you get extra overlanding points because you do have a rooftop tent, and you were bragging about this rooftop tent. Oh, and you got a little trasharoo actually, not necessarily called a trasharoo.
Better than trasharoo, my friend. I like this one a lot. It's really thick. I've had 2 trasharoos that tore up very quickly. I just got this one for that trip, and it's smaller, but it's got a lot of pockets and a lot of room. Okay. So I've had no complaints with this.
You just hook it right there on your spare and you're good to go. And then you got the pull-out straps there, which is always good to have.
Good thick latches, good buckles.
And then you got your onboard
mini shovel.
Little toilet there is what I call that.
Oh, I got the toilet.
Oh, you got a toilet?
Yeah, man.
So
you got the camp toilet.
Yeah, nice. That's awesome.
Packs away.
And how do you like your Makita, your electric chainsaw there?
That is probably the best. 350 bucks.
350 bucks. You're good to go.
Yeah, it was a deal. You got this chainsaw, 2 batteries, and at the time you got 2 extra batteries.
That's a good deal, man. And you don't have to carry any separate gas or anything.
I just have to have the inverter, which I already have on board power,
to charge it up,
and we're good to go. It doesn't like cold temperatures. I got reminded of that. So you have to keep your batteries charged, and you gotta keep a few. I think I cut up like 2 10-foot fallen trees on a battery.
That's not bad.
So that's not bad.
I tell people all the time, you almost have to have a chainsaw in the Southeast when you go wheeling, because it's not so much as just getting through a trail as much as if you get down a trail and then a tree falls on you, or falls on the trail on your way out.
And then again, this thing's tall. I think I can fit right under the 8-foot 7-inch Bojangles on it, but trees fall down in the middle of the woods, and
they
sometimes if you're too tall, you can't fit under them.
So what is it that you like, other than the fact that the rooftop tent is bigger than the is almost bigger than the rig here? What is it that you like so much about it?
Honestly, that tri-layer insulation that Free Spirit came out with makes a huge difference. I had a Chinese knockoff of one of theirs at one point, and it keep you cold, or it keep you warm, but not the same way.
Right.
This complete blackout closed it in, and you can hardly even feel any breeze go through it.
Now, what about summertime? Have you tried it in the summertime yet?
Just got it.
Okay.
Less than a month ago.
Okay, so you haven't tried it in the summertime yet.
But the claim is that it'll actually keep 20 degrees cooler. Tri-layer, it's air gaps.
Oh, okay.
So theoretically,
okay, well, we'll see.
It could cook you. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's because I'm looking at it. There's really no, ventilation or anything in there.
Actually,
if you just roll down then, and you're good.
Roll down. That's on all 4 sides.
And then you got some nice little subtle lights up there. I like that.
Yeah,
that's pretty nice.
I actually had to add those myself. This was a, I think this tent's actually 3 years old. I got this used as well.
Yeah.
But that seems to be my common trend, and I have no issue with it.
No, yeah, because people buy shit and then they use it one time and then they're ready to get rid of it. So
where I'll use it every single weekend.
Mile-wise, what is the longest trip that you've taken in it?
This past trip, just got back. Like I said, we went. First stop was Land Between the Lakes, then Mark Twain National, layover in Kansas, above Boulder to Abiquiu, New Mexico, right above Albuquerque, through the panhandle of Texas, Oklahoma, and back to here.
That's a long trip.
I think about 4,500 miles.
And how many days did you do it?
9 days.
Yeah, I knew you were booking it because you had text messaged me a couple times. Yeah. Yeah, but you didn't have any time to stop and see nothing.
A little bit of time. We wheeled a couple places, just little tracks here and there, and we actually took a impromptu hike up a mountain early one morning.
Okay.
About 2 hours. That kind of delayed us into the night.
Yeah.
But yeah, about 10 hours of driving a day.
Yeah.
So
that's about what I do on an overland trip too. So your CB mount, did you make that or?
Yeah. Just cut into the plastic and it fit right up in there, and perfect location for it. I got full control. It's hard to see what channel you're on. Yeah. But you just gotta set that beforehand.
Now, like I said earlier, the tent it looks like it's bigger than the entire truck itself.
It definitely is.
That said, how does it affect your off-road performance?
I haven't noticed an issue yet.
Really?
For anybody that knows where Canyon, Colorado is, they've got a little, I want to say it was BLM land there that's got a little off-road trail. It's Independence Trail, Independence Trail, and then there's a loop, a scenic route.
Okay.
And we went up some good sized little rocks, ruts, and I didn't
feel
any type of sway either way. It also doesn't have sway bars front or rear, so that made that 45-mile trip.
You like living life on the edge, man.
Yes, sir.
So not only were you driving 10 hours a day
at about 80
miles an hour,
about 80,
but you're running with 37s, no sway bar, and you got, I mean, that tent's got to weigh what, 150, 200 pounds? 160 pounds.
3,000 RPM and
booking it. Yeah. What kind of gas mileage you getting?
We just measure it by the tank at this point. And it's about 150.
About 150 miles to a full tank. Wow.
We're gonna step gears up to 456s.
You got 410s now.
410s now. Brand new 410s. That's great around town. On the road,
not so much.
It could be deep.
All right, so you said that you want to put a V8 in this thing, and that would be definitely badass. But take me through the future of the Xterra, because we're never done with these things.
Right, actually, the entire interior is about to get redone.
Okay.
New leather seats getting put in. Hopefully, they're heated. I couldn't get confirmation on that. Those are out of a junkyard as well.
Yeah.
The base of the back is going to stay the same, but we're going to add some drawers, add that fridge, some solar panels, probably about 200 watts.
Now I notice you don't have carpet on the inside.
No, and probably won't. If anything, I'll bed
liner. Okay.
We do a lot. I tend to love water crossings.
Yeah.
They're a deep passion of mine, which means I also need a snorkel.
Okay.
Which might actually end up being PVC.
Yeah. Well, why not?
Because why not? The rest of it is, put together. Why not?
Well, I'm a big fan of everything that people build themselves.
DIY.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too, man.
Oh, and a shower is probably going to need a shower.
Okay.
You were asking if we had anything coming up. We're trying to plan, like I said, a 1 month here this year, if not maybe next year. And I want that to be at least a tradition for my years. 1 month trips at minimum. And then eventually the dream is to homestead and then live out of the vehicle part-time, farm, have shop house so we can work out.
I dig it.
Fabricate stuff
like
that.
That's awesome, man. That's the future plans.
Yeah.
Now take me through dream plans. If you had it your way and you could do anything and everything you wanted to the Xterra, what would you do?
Either leave it suspension wise, it's set up now. I would either go straight axle, which there's no harm in that. 40-inch tires, which I'm probably gonna bump up to anyways. And really, I've almost got it where you can't do too much more to this thing.
Yeah, to keep it the way you want it, or to make it what you want. You've already made it that way.
Like, if you look into the Nissan stuff, besides the V8
and lockers
and true ARB air lockers, because that's the only air locker out there for them. what else is there?
There's really not much else to do. Now, didn't the Pro 4X come with lockers?
It came with a e-locker for the rear.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
But not lockers on the front.
Mm-mm.
Okay, for some reason I was thinking it came with lockers on the front and rear.
Nope, just the rear.
Yeah. Well, this is badass, man. I really appreciate you taking us through this. And like I said, I can't wait to see this thing out on the trail again.
We actually need to get up and go wheeling sometime.
Yeah, every time we try to hook up.
Travel.
Every time we've tried to hook up and go wheeling, it's either I'm on the other side of the country or he's on the other side of the country. So we've been trying to make it happen. Listen, I really appreciate you guys watching. Check him out on Instagram. What's your handle on Instagram?
I think right now I'm just going under my name, which is Brandon Lee Matthews.
Okay.
Or Brandon L. Matthews maybe on
And I'll put that
Instagram.
down here at the bottom.
And then we actually have Southeast Wanderers, a group on Facebook that we
Cool
started
group,
up.
and they're doing y'all are doing like trail meetups and different things like that.
It's more of an outdoor based group, so not necessarily just vehicles and overland, but
hiking,
camping,
biking,
camping, wheeling, whatever you like to do off-road. We just like to put you in contact with somebody else that likes to do that too.
That's what's up. Check them out. All the socials, all the links are down in the description. Until next time, peace.